As a Chicano woman born in Albuquerque, New Mexico, Washington, D.C. was a drastic change of culture, people, and pace. My hometown is filled with the aroma of chile verde wafting through the cool October air, Spanglish spoken by the lips of youth playing football in the streets, sunsets that amaze your eyes with their brilliant, colorful beams, and lands so vast you can see volcanoes hundreds of miles away. The biggest march I witnessed there was 2 blocks packed with people, which filled me with joy and inspiration. This was quite a contrast to the hundreds of thousands of people who fled the mall in D.C. to march for peace or to inaugurate the new president or to attend Supreme Court nomination trials that I would experience in D.C. in the years to come. When my plane first touched down in Washington, D.C., my heart knew it needed to be here. I could not conceptualize why I needed to be in D.C. until I experienced the magical and historical moments that are unique to the capital of the U.S. Before the election of President Obama, I witnessed a shift in the D.C. community in which strangers talked to each other in the post office discussing the election. Ordinary people became active and interested in politics. They began to embody what our founders foresaw in the creation of the democracy in which we live. On the day President Obama was elected, the streets spontaneously erupted in a celebratory march to the White House as we marked another peaceful transition of power in our democracy. Drums sang, people danced, even the police celebrated with the people. Black, white, yellow, red, and brown, brothers and sisters, young and old, all celebrated together as thousands of dreams came to a fruition in an instant. I remember waiting in line at the Hart Senate building during the nomination hearings for Sonia Sotomayor, and feelings of excitement and inspiration flooded in my heart. I remember the anticipation and realization that if she were selected, she would be the first Latina Supreme Court justice. Latina women everywhere would be affected. After all, the first rule of ecology reminds us that everything is connected to everything else. With her nomination, Latina women everywhere would gain a new source of hope and inspiration for what is possible. We also witnessed the history in the passage of the recognition of same-sex couples in D.C. Through this passage, we are able to expand our minds and accept and have compassion for all people, no matter our differences. Our generation's experience in D.C. in this unique time and place has enabled us to see clearly how our actions impact others. Furthermore, through international and cultural opportunities in D.C., we can be inspired to be proud of our cultural differences while embracing the cultures of others. Through its diverse international and local communities, its wide array of political nonprofits, and its constant space of transition, from transition in political office to the transitional NGO jobs, Washington, D.C. is an optimal environment for our generation to recognize our interconnectedness. In order to serve the international community, we must begin by serving our local communities. Secondly, the diverse array of healers and artists in the city reminds us that in order to serve our local communities, we must first serve our bodies and our creative spirits. I bring up all of these experiences in D.C. to show how our generation in D.C. is connected to every generation everywhere. The cities of this city has shaped the way that we see our world. The events in D.C. has fostered an inspirational environment that encourages us to see how our actions affect others. It is only through grassroots campaigning and organizing that we elected the first Black president in the U.S. Only through connecting struggles together have we become able to create the change we wish to see in the world.